From mess to success. How I turned my housekeeping skills into a thriving career. You're incredibly skilled at keeping things tidy, so I'll leave it to you to handle it as you always do, with a confident air. My sister-in-law made this remark before hurrying out the door. Once again, the room was in disarray. Clothes she had taken off were strewn everywhere, and trash lay scattered around. The kitchen sink was overflowing with dirty dishes and cups, emitting a foul odor into the air. How could she create such a mess in just a few days since the last cleanup? Her young son, temporarily abandoned by his mother, clung to the hem of my shirt, his eyes downcast. I let out a sigh and hugged him. My thoughts drifted to the day I'd make her pay for this. My name is Kinsley, and I'm 25 years old, working as a housekeeper specializing in homemaking services. When people hear the term housekeeper, they often picture a middle-aged woman working for wealthy families, just like in old TV shows. So when I tell friends and acquaintances about my job, they're usually surprised. Some don't hold back their opinions, saying things like, "Why would a housekeeper not have better jobs out there?" But I've been skilled at housework since I was young, and if my work can bring others joy, then I find happiness in it too. For me, this profession is a perfect fit. In fact, housekeepers are in high demand these days. Many elderly individuals, dual-income families, and single professionals seek help with cleaning and meal preparation, making my job more necessary than ever. At first, my family was puzzled when I told them about my career choice, but now they support me wholeheartedly. Do your best, they say. Still, some people carry negative stereotypes about this line of work. Take my sister-in-law, Bella. She's married to my older brother, with whom I share a good relationship. We get along well enough to hang out from time to time, but Bella, I could never bring myself to like her. The first time we met, she mocked my profession outright, when no one else was around. "Aren't housekeepers supposed to be middle-aged women these days?" she sneered. "It's weird to have a job where people boss you around. I just don't get it." Her words made me want to grimace. I didn't need her approval, but being ridiculed by someone I had just met was infuriating. I considered telling my brother, but he was so smitten with her and excited about their marriage that I didn't want to ruin his happiness. Instead, I chose to keep my distance from Bella whenever possible. I would have liked to get along with her for my brother's sake, but I wasn't about to force a relationship where one wasn't needed. Our perspectives were completely different after all. Then my nephew was born. One day, Bella asked me to come over. "Can you do me a favor?" she said. It was my day off, and I had no desire to go, but refusing her outright seemed like more trouble than it was worth, so I reluctantly agreed. My brother was away on a business trip at the time. When I stepped into their apartment, I was stunned. The place was a disaster zone. Trash and clothing littered the floor, making it impossible to take a step without stepping on something. The overwhelming stench of rotting food and spilled drinks filled the air. Garbage bags, some torn open, leaking foul-smelling liquid, were piled in corners. Cardboard boxes from online deliveries were scattered around. The kitchen sink was overflowing with dirty dishes and cups, adding to the already cramped and suffocating atmosphere of the apartment. It was a mess, and I was trying to process the sheer amount of work before me. Bella spoke in a casual tone, as if it were no big deal. "You're a housekeeper, right? You're good at cleaning. Can you take care of this for free? We're family." I have plans, so I'm heading out. Make sure it's spotless by the time I get back." I was speechless. She expected me to clean this disaster without pay, and she even had the audacity to give me a deadline. I had a lot to say, but in the end, I stayed silent. Unfortunately, Bella's selfishness didn't stop there. She also dumped my 2-year-old nephew on me. My patience was running thin. I wasn't a fan of children, and the only kid I'd ever looked after was a distant relative, a 5th grader. I had no experience caring for a toddler. I wasn't joking when I said I wasn't qualified. If anything happened to him, I wouldn't be able to take responsibility. That's why I always avoided babysitting numb children. It's not possible. I'm a housekeeper, not a babysitter. You should hire one or put him in daycare, I protested, but Bella brushed off my concerns. Same difference, she said. Babysitters and daycare cost money. Why would I waste money when I have you? I tried to refuse again, but she smirked and said, "If you don't help, I'll divorce my husband, and I'll tell him it's your fault." She was using my brother as leverage. I didn't want to cause trouble for him, so I reluctantly agreed, telling myself it was just this once. Looking back, that was my biggest mistake. The cleaning was a nightmare. Trash was scattered everywhere, with no attempt at sorting it. Flammable and non-flammable waste was mixed together. The moment I lifted one of the garbage bags, bugs crawled out. It was absolutely revolting. I've dealt with bugs plenty of times because of my job, but that didn't mean I enjoyed it. To make things worse, laundry was a mess. Colored and white clothes were thrown together, and some items needed to be hand-washed. The kitchen was horrific. The sink was packed with greasy dishes, and after washing them, I had to scrub the entire sink to remove the grime. Cleaning was exhausting, but caring for my nephew was even harder. He wasn't a bad kid, just incredibly energetic. The moment something caught his attention, he'd rush toward it. I had to stay alert at all times. He clung to me while I cleaned, begging me to play with him. I barely managed to keep up, but somehow, I got through it. When Bella returned that evening, she didn't say a word of thanks. Instead, she frowned and said, "Couldn't you have made the place a bit cleaner? A professional should make everything sparkle, and don't feed children packaged food. It's bad for their health. You should be making homemade meals for your child. Being busy is no excuse." Bella snapped. Even after spending my precious day off cleaning her mess for free, she still had the nerve to scold me. Her ungratefulness was infuriating, but that wasn't the end of my troubles. Even though I had made it clear this was the last time, she still expected me to do it again. It started with a simple request, a one-time favor, but Bella quickly turned it into a pattern of exploitation. She seemed to have a knack for knowing my schedule, likely because she got the information from my brother. On my days off, she'd either call or show up at my apartment, demanding my help. When I tried to ignore her, she'd resort to banging on my door and yelling, "I know you're in there, open up." Not wanting to create a scene and disturb my neighbors, I'd eventually give in. She'd then drag me into cleaning, treating me like a child throwing a tantrum. I repeatedly told her I wouldn't work for free and asked her to pay me, but every time she'd scoff, "Why should I pay you?" Absolutely not. She flatly refused to compensate me. While I was busy scrubbing and organizing her chaotic home, she'd disappear for hours.